everyone, and welcome to New City Library's National Poetry Month celebration. I'm adult reference librarian Karen Ostertag, and I curate the library's paper poetry collections. For the month of April, I'll be reading a poem a day from titles in our digital collections. If you like what you hear, you can check out the title, or check back tomorrow for more. Today's poem is Oda a los calcetines, Ode to My Socks, by Pablo Neruda. Maru Mori brought me a pair of socks that she knitted with her own hands of a shepherdess. 2 soft socks, you'd say they were rabbits. In them I stuck my feet as in 2 jewel cases, woven with threads of twilight and lambskins. Violent socks. My feet were 2 fish made of wool, 2 long sharks of ultramarine blue, shot with a tress of gold. 2 gigantic blackbirds, 2 cannons. My feet were honored in this manner by these celestial socks. They were so beautiful that for the first time my feet seemed to me unacceptable, like 2 decrepit firemen unworthy of that embroidered fire, those luminous socks. Nevertheless, I resisted the acute temptation to keep them as schoolboys keep fireflies, or the erudite collect sacred documents. I resisted the furious impulse to put them in a cage of gold and to feed them every day birdseed and the pulp of rosy melon. Like discoverers who in the forest yield the very rare green deer to the spit and with regret eat it, I stretched out my feet and pulled over them the beautiful socks, and then my shoes. And this is the moral of my ode. Twice beautiful is beauty, and what is good is twice good when it is 2 socks made of wool in winter. Today's selection was originally from New Elemental Odes by Pablo Neruda and translated into English by a poet we've heard from before, Dr. William Carlos Williams. This title is not available digitally, but there's a lot more Neruda that is. On Overdrive, you can find the Spanish audiobook of Pablo Neruda lee a Pablo Neruda, containing 20 poemas de amor y una canción desesperada, and Selecciones de los versos del Capitán, which is 20 love poems and a song of despair, and selections from the captain's verses, read by the author. On Hoopla, you can find Neruda, the Biography of a Poet by Mark Eisner, as an ebook in English and as an audiobook in Spanish. There's also a classical music download of Lorraine Hunt Lieberson sings Peter Lieberson's Neruda Songs, which contains 5 of Neruda's love poems set to music. Poet, diplomat, and politician Pablo Neruda is widely considered Chile's national poet and one of the greatest poets of the 20th century in any language. Though Neruda is justly famous for his exquisite love songs and his poems to the sea, in his late 40s he accepted a commission from the Venezuela newspaper El Nacional to write an ode a week, on the condition that they would be published in the news section rather than the arts pages. Although he did write a handful of odes to famous people such as Paul Robeson or Federico Garcia Lorca, he mainly used them to celebrate the mundane all around him, from clouds to artichokes to dictionaries to socks. Like those beautiful socks, Neruda didn't want people to feel that poetry belonged on some high shelf, admired but never touched. Poetry only lived when it was read, which is why, today, you're getting a poem about socks. That's all for today. Don't forget, you can check New City Library's YouTube channel for lots of other great material from our staff. Take care, keep calm, and read on.